Do I sound louder now?
I don't really hear a difference. This feels like the eye
Okay.
doctor when they're doing the two lenses. You're like, I don't fucking know.
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah. Dude, all right, so
I think you're
we
good. I'm not worried about it.
okay. My girlfriend took me to the eye doctor for the first time in I don't know, since I was a child because like she put me on her insurance, which is great. Like that's fine. I love having the insurance now, but
Yeah.
I was like I don't like I have to do an eye test for my DOT physical every every fucking 2 years. So
Mm-hmm.
like I could do that no problem. So why do I need to go to an eye doctor? And so like I went to the eye doctor and he does the whole thing. And I've always had better than 20/20 vision, or at least when I was younger, I had better than 20/20 vision, so I had perfect vision, basically. And he's like, I get done with the whole eye exam, and he's like, I don't even know why you came. Like your vision's fine. Like you could maybe use like reading glasses to adjust your vision by like what like 1 degree or whatever they fucking call it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't care enough.
Yeah. As long as you can read, you're not straining. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm blind. I'm blind as a
Hmm.
bat. That's okay. I'm very
I know.
farsighted actually, which is kind of funny because like if I take my glasses off, I can actually like see shapes in like from a distance pretty well. Like
Mhm.
I wouldn't do it, but I could drive, and be okay because of
Right.
the way my vision is. It's like blurry up close and then more sharp distance wise. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, interesting. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're recording. This is a monthly mishap
Yeah.
for June already. It feels like this month was work was crazy. It was like felt like a long month, like 2 weeks, but also felt
Uh-huh.
short at the same time. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
for the show.
absolutely. I know exactly how you feel. Like I've been in that position before where it's like every single day of work it feels like a slog and you're just like, why won't this fucking week end? And then it gets
Yep.
back to Monday and you're like, where the fuck has my time gone? Like I feel like I've done nothing this week.
Yep.
So absolutely completely understand where you're coming from. And it sucks. I always hate when that happens. I have kind of felt the same, but I've been like I've not been well, I've been a little busy with work. Um can I like have a brief aside and talk about work for a second?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go. We're here.
Okay, so I'm a chip vendor, right? And so I I was told last week or I was told at the beginning of this week that all of my chips were going to be going on sale next week. And the sale all the ads start on Wednesday at all of the stores. Why fucking grocery stores start their ad on Wednesday? I don't know. That's
Yeah.
corporate decisions that are beyond my pay grade. So all at the beginning of the week, I'm going to stores. I'm like, hey, next week we're going to be on ad. Just wanted to let you know, trying to get a count of numbers of like cases that you're going to want, if you're going to want a display, blah, 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 all of that kind of shit. And I'm getting all these numbers. And then Wednesday comes and we're on ad this week, not next week. So now I'm having to rush around and go around to all of my stores again and be like, yeah, so the information I was given was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and you're on ad this week. So,
What do you want to do? Last minute.
yep,
That's crazy.
yeah. And then stores are like, well, we don't have space for you this week because we didn't fucking know. Like, we already have all of our space taken up by everything else that's already on ad. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah, here's some extra stock maybe or something. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was thinking when you said that everybody does ad on Wednesday, I think they do that because that is the slowest revenue earning day, so that brings people in on Wednesdays.
Mm.
Because
I
I remember
wonder.
working grocery stores, that was always the let's try to get people in midweek because it's the slowest time. So
Right. I wonder also if by having the ad start on Wednesday, that gives a slow day for the store to be able to change things around without
that
having to
too.
deal with the large amounts of customers in the store. Actually, you know what? Now that we're actually talking about that, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I never thought about it because like so when I worked at Kmart, we
Mm-hmm.
set our ads on fucking Monday. So and they would run Monday through Sunday, and then we'd change them out Monday
Yeah.
morning. So,
Uh, I
um,
worked for HEB for almost 8 years, and it was Wednesdays, all the
mhm.
time there. So They had the craziest deals. They would do this. They do this thing called Combo Loco, and it's like it was like $12, and you get like a full family meal and like laundry detergent. Or like
Uh-huh.
just some like extra random thing added onto it. So it's like
Right.
you get all the things you need for a meal, and it's like I'm broke as hell. This is perfect for me, at that time. So
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, so that's how my week's been. It's been
nice. Yeah.
hectic. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple busy days here, but so the thing about this new job is I set my own pace, and then which is
Yeah.
always nice. It's not dictated by, hey, just get it done as fast as you can. No, I can plan my day and get it done. Some days are longer, and it's
Yep.
summertime, so I worked a couple 10-hour 11-hour days last week. So that's why my work weeks were kind of rough. But
Yeah.
yeah, the longer I work though, the more money I make because it's not hourly. So hey, I'm not complaining. you know?
Yep. See, I complain about my long days because I'm salaried. So,
Yeah.
I'm able to do the same thing. With my contract. My contract is just for get my route done.
Mm-hmm.
The sooner I can get done, the sooner I can get home. And so I work and I work and I work and I don't take breaks. I don't stop. I don't fuck around because I'd rather just be at home than at work working, you
That's fair.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely understandable. And if I was a worse person at my job, I'd be like,
Mhm.
technically I could cut corners and get this done in 10 minutes instead of
Right.
25, but it's not going to be a good service and the customer's not going to get their money's worth. It's like, no,
Right.
I'll spend 30, 40 minutes here if I need to, if that's what the customer needs and to do the extra work. It's like,
Yep.
that's,
Exactly.
yeah, instead of just rushing all the time, which I like that because I'm like, okay, well, I'm actually getting better at my job because I can take the time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, anyway,
Yeah. And I mean, I'm the same way. Like I'm not rushing to get through each of my stores. Like I'm
yeah,
giving them full
exactly.
service. I'm
Hmm.
talking to my managers. I'm doing everything that I need to be doing. But
You're
if I can
efficient.
get it done faster, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fast and I'm efficient. I
Yeah.
wanna I wanna be in, I wanna be out, I wanna be through my stores as fast as I possibly can. And if that means that sometimes I have to spend 2 hours there, then that's what that means. But
Yeah.
other times that's gonna mean that I spend 10 minutes in the store and they don't need any product. And I just face out the shelves and I'm like, I don't need to bring you guys anything today because either what you need I don't have, or your shelves are full. I worked all the back stock and I'm not just gonna leave back stock for no reason.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You're like, deuces, next door. Let's
uh-huh.
get out of here. Yep. All right.
Yep.
Well, this is a movie podcast. You want to talk about some movies and
Yeah, we
shows?
should probably talk about some movies. Before we get into stuff, we are recording a little bit sooner than
Yeah.
we normally would, so we've got a little bit of a later episode this time,
Yeah. It
I
looks
think.
like it. You never know with
At
us,
least on
though.
our
you know?
at least on like the stuff that we've been watching outside of the recommendations.
Yeah.
Um, I know I've spent a whole lot of time watching the recommendation
Right.
that you gave me.
Yeah.
So that's eaten into time that I normally would have been watching other things. But we're also recording like a week and a half sooner than we normally would have because we recorded our last episode late because of the scheduling for D&D, which also I haven't had time to edit the D&D thing. So that's not up yet. It'll be up sometime. I apologize. I meant to have it up in between. Didn't happen. It'll get up.
Yeah. It's no, I don't think anybody is mad at you. Just do it at your own
Mhm.
pace on that one. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It'll
yeah.
it'll be up sometime.
Yeah. I feel like usually we have at least 10 movies a piece. We have less than
Uh-huh.
10, both of us here. So,
Yep.
yeah. That's
We
okay.
have less than 10 between us.
Pretty much. Yeah. Also, I wanted to
Oh,
mention, we are going to continue our MCU rewatch. We haven't really done it yet, but I'm not going to talk about it until we get caught up now, I think, on the show, because
okay.
running through 10 Marvel movies every month can get a little old, I think. So I figured, yeah, I'll wait. And then when I'm done, I'll do, hey, this is the final ranking and all the rest of the movies. So,
You I no, keep bringing the movies. Like keep
okay.
I think it's fine. Just keep
Okay.
bringing them. Like
We haven't watched any in a
we're
while. after Endgame.
We're not you're
Yeah,
not going like super in depth on them or anything, so it's not like our normal discussions about a movie. So
true.
because they are like you're just watching a bunch of fucking comic book movies, man.
Yeah,
You can just
they're
be like,
fun
yeah,
though.
this one's
Like,
pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, they're fun times. It's like, but that they're not like we're not here analyzing them either. It's like,
Right.
yeah, Captain America hit something with a shield. Again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh, kind of in that same vein, I've watched the new Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat 2, and
How is?
it's a big dumb action movie, man.
I was gonna
It's
ask, how
exactly
is
what you
that
want from
movie? It's good. Is it good though? Did you like? Is that actually a good movie, or is it just fun to watch? Like, that's probably all you want.
Look, the last Mortal Kombat movie wasn't a good movie, but it was fun to
True.
watch, and this one's exactly the same. Like, do you want people to die in bloody, gruesome ways? Yes. You're gonna watch the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
That's half the fun. The story is like fine. You get a whole bunch of Shao Kahn and um fucking Melina and Sindel are in this one. So like I like that whole family dynamic with them. Like I've always found that to be really fun. They brought Baraka in this one, and dude, they made him such like a weird goofball character, which is so different than his characterization in like any of the games ever.
Yeah.
Uh, which I thought was pretty fun. He's always been like one of my favorite characters. He's like usually my main in a Mortal Kombat game. Um, so I like that they brought him in. But yeah, I mean, the new guy that they brought in for
Carl Urban.
the first one, yeah, no,
Oh no, the new
what?
guy. You said the new
Yeah,
guy. Yeah, I remember
yeah, the
people
new
complaining
character.
about him. Yeah, I don't remember.
Spoilers, but they kill him off real early in this one. They
Oh,
took
they're
that.
like, fuck it. We don't want to deal with
Yep.
this guy no more. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought you were
Uh
saying Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. That's a good choice, I think. Right?
oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
He makes a great Johnny Cage. So that was yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It's a big dumb action movie. Like it's exactly what you want from a Mortal Kombat movie. What do you if people are gonna complain that this is like bad cinema, fucking who cares? It was never meant to be good in the first place. It's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. It's
It's
you're
not
you're
high
thinking
art.
about it too hard. Yeah, you're thinking about it too hard if you think it's supposed to be like like the best movie ever or something.
Hmm.
All right. I
Yeah,
can just
it's fun.
that's good. I was gonna say yeah, I can jump into my TV. Just do all three of the TVs
Yeah.
I
Go
have
ahead.
here. Yeah. Um honestly, I haven't watched the other Mortal Kombat movie. Do you think it'd be worth me watching both of these? I guess I should ask. Or nah. Pass.
Yeah, watch them. They're
Okay.
fun.
They're fun
Do you
times.
like the more? Yeah. How many of the Mortal Kombat games have you played? Is what I would like to know.
I think I played all of them. Like for the
Okay.
most part, yeah. All the campaigns and
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, I like my favorite game in the Mortal Kombat series is Shaolin Monks. I know it's
It's a good
different.
one.
It's really fun
It's a
though.
fun game.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I like the series and the stories is what it is, but it's always a fun little campaign.
yeah,
So
the campaigns are a fun romp. If you like the games that much, like they're like solid 7 out of 10s. You'll like the movies.
yeah,
There's really no reason not to watch them. And
okay.
also, if you like the old Mortal Kombat movies from the 90s, you'll like these.
The,
So
I even like Mortal Kombat Annihilation movie, the
yeah,
second
I do
one.
too. It's fun.
It's dumb as hell. It's kind of bad, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cheesy, but yeah, it's fun.
yeah.
Watch them. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. They're
Yeah,
they're big dumb action movies, man.
yeah. I definitely want to sit down and watch that soon. At some point, it's like if I'm in the mood for just a stupid action movie, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. I do have a little bit of TV to talk about. The House. Do you care about Game of Thrones at all, or have you ever watched any Game of Thrones? Anything?
No.
No. You just don't seem like you would like it. I don't know if you would or if you would like it. You know what I mean?
So it's one of those things where it's like so this year I've been like trying to fill gaps in my knowledge of fantasy like literature, and Game of Thrones is among that gap for me of like things that I've never experienced. So like I should watch the show or I should listen to the audiobooks because I'm not going to sit down and actually physically read them. But I just haven't gotten around to them yet. So
Yeah.
I
Um.
will eventually, I'm sure.
I'll probably just add that to the list then for you, but not this
Okay.
episode, but but yeah, I love Game of Thrones. I think it's one of those the original show is like just quickly on that it's a really good show. Like it has some of the best moments in TV, like in my
Mhm.
opinion, inside the show, and then everybody hits on the ending, and I'm like, yeah, they obviously rushed it, which is unfortunate, but they had to end it, and they did what they did, and I didn't hate it. It's just
Right.
like, by the time they got to the end of the show, it's like travels and trips that would take a full season. They basically were teleporting across the map, to get the
Right.
story going. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, how's she here now? Type of feeling.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a good show. I think it's worth watching. So we started House of Dragons because that's like the prequel series.
Uh-huh.
And this is the third season of that. The first episode is this like big naval battle, and it's just like one of the craziest like epic war. It basically looked like a movie. It felt like I was watching a full movie, like naval battle war with dragons and shit. You know what I mean? Magic and all sorts of
Sweet.
stuff. Um, good times, very epic. And so the second season was kind of building up to like a big battle. So this is like the start of it. And apparently, this entire season is just that big bloody war between like warring families and stuff. So
Okay.
it's pretty cool. I really loved it. So I'm excited to see what they do next. There's 8 of these episodes that are over an hour long. So if they keep this quality up the whole season, then I'm going to be like, hell yeah. But yeah, great episode there. I watched a show with my partner, Heartstopper. It is a queer love story, a gay love story about this boy coming out and stuff. And I'm like, it's cute, it's fun, I like it. It's one of my partner's favorite shows, so I was like, yeah, I'll watch it with you. I probably wouldn't have chose to watch it myself, but I'm enjoying it. It's cute, it's lighthearted stuff. Yeah,
Right.
you know. And then I got my partner to start Parks and Rec because I went and bought it on Apple TV for $20. I was like, the whole series, why not? So I own that.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. We have Peacock, but it's the ad version, and I was like, I'm not going to sit through like dozens of ads just to watch
Yep.
Parks and Rec. So, um,
I've been feeling the exact same thing. I've been looking for a good deal on the DVDs for both Parks and Rec and The Office.
The Office, yeah,
So yeah, because I'd rather just have them on the shelf, man, and be able to put them in and just, there's like 5 episodes per disc. That's more than enough. Like, if I want to watch more than that, I don't mind getting up off my couch for a second. It doesn't bother me.
yeah. They never seen Parks and Rec. We only watched the first season and like half of the second season. Right now they're
Mhm.
like, yeah, it's a sitcom. They're not like super enthralled by it, but I love it. I think it's a great show. It's one of the best of those types, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. I also think that the first season, much like the first season of The Office, is
Office, yeah,
kind of the weakest season, except for like maybe the last season of both of those series. Um, because like they both start a little rough. So once you have because in the first season you didn't have um, God damn it, I'm drawing blanks on their names. The two guys, right?
yeah.
Uh,
Adam Scott, and
yep,
then the guy who hosts the floor, Rob, what's his
Rob
name? Rob
Lowe.
Rob Lowe. There you
Rob
go.
Lowe.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
they weren't in the first season, if I'm remembering
No,
that
they're not.
correctly. Yes.
They're not even in the
Yeah.
second season yet. They get introduced in this season, I think. So, I
Right.
think,
Once, yeah,
yeah,
once they come in, I think the show really starts to pick up pace.
yeah.
So,
So they still have like probably 8 episodes before we get there or something,
mhm.
And I'm like, no, give us some time. When everything starts to gel, it like gels like the best episodes of The Office do. They all, you start really
Exactly.
caring about the characters and stuff. So yeah, I'm
Yep.
excited to go back through that. It's been probably 8 years or something since I watched it. So, or like whenever it
Yeah.
ended, I don't know what year that was. I watched the whole thing again. So
Mhm.
that's been a while. So yeah, good times.
Yeah, it's a great show. Really, really fun. I went to the movie theater and we watched the Revolutionary Girl Utena movie,
Oh,
which
nice.
Josh, are you familiar with Utena at all?
No, not really. To be honest with you.
Okay, so it's 90s anime that is extraordinarily popular. Like
Oh, I've seen this before. Yeah.
generally considered like one of the best of like its era.
Hmm.
It's also very gay, and the show itself kind of like skirts around that a little bit and doesn't quite like have the full romance between Utna and Anthe, but the in the movie those two girls are kissing. They're a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a very weird story, and I cannot properly put into words what the fuck it's about, but it looks fantastic and it's really, really fun. So, um, yeah, it was great to see this on the big screen. I had actually never seen the movie before, so my first time watching it on a big screen. The theater was surprisingly not that packed. I mean, there were maybe like 20 or so people in there. I was expecting it to be a lot fuller. Usually when these old anime movies get a new theatrical release, they're usually pretty packed full, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Even when they do
and
the Ghibli like summer things they do, like those are
oh
usually pretty
yeah,
full too when you go. At least from my
oh yeah.
experience. Yeah. So.
But I mean, Studio Ghibli is much bigger than
Yeah, that's
Utena
true.
is.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, but yeah, this just it's a really fun movie. It ties in with the series, like sort of, but there's like a thing where that anime movies did at especially around this time, like when an OVA was made from a series, they would often like branch it off into its own kind of separate timeline thing and make it completely different. Like the Evangelion movies are like that. The Eureka 7 movie is like that. The Bebop movie is like just a hour and a half long episode of Bebop.
Hmm.
And they always do this thing where it's just like, oh, we're just gonna do something different and not really connected in with the main story of the show. And uh, I don't think most anime do that anymore. So it's kind of a lost thing that died out in the 2000s. So
Yeah. Even Dragon Ball did that. It's like the
yep.
movies don't really tie into the main overarching narrative. They're just kind of
Mhm.
like side offshoot stories. Yeah.
Yeah. For the most part, every once in a while you would have like, you know, well, especially at the beginning of
Yeah.
Super,
Yeah.
those
Super.
really
Hmm.
tied in when you had like Return of Frieza and Battle of the Gods, where they were
Yeah.
first introduced in Beerus.
Yeah.
Um,
Those movies are
those
great. I
tied
love
in.
those
Yeah,
movies.
they are. They're so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
Um, Man, Dragon Ball's so fucking good. I fucking love that shit.
We should just do like a we should do like a Dragon Ball month where we just watch Dragon Ball the original series and
Oh,
go
the
talk
first
about
Dragon Ball? Oh,
yeah the
man.
kid series. Yep.
That'd be fun. It's been so long since I've sat down and watched original Dragon Ball. It's probably been a good 15 years.
I will watch
Yeah.
the whole
All
thing
right.
again. Yeah.
In in the works, Dragon Ball coming to Monthly Mishap at some point
Yeah.
in time.
Yeah. When we want to do it, when we're feeling it, we'll pull that out. We already decided. Do you want to mention it? We decided on October's theme already. Or do you
Oh
want to
yeah, go
save
ahead.
it? Yeah. I mean, we it's a little early, but whatever. We're gonna watch all the Leica movies in October. It's gonna be a good time
Mhm.
because that new one's coming out. That looks
Yeah.
very good, very very
It
good.
does.
Yeah,
It looks so good. So I saw the trailer for that while I was at the theater to see Utena, and that was like the trailer that stood out to me out of like the 8 trailers that they played before the movie. Like I was like, oh, I need to remember this one. And there was
yeah,
a trailer for Supergirl. I'm think next week I'm gonna go see Supergirl. I didn't want to go opening weekend because it's always busy. So I think next week, probably on like a Saturday, I'll go to like a noon showing or whatever. And
yeah, yeah. We might go. I think we might skip that one. We're definitely seeing Spider Man at the end of the month in
Mhm.
July. I was like, we usually try to pick like 3 or 4 that we want to see. So I don't know if Girl's going to be one of them. We'll see. You know, but I do want to see it at some point. I think it's going to be a fun movie. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I imagine it's gonna be fun at least. Like critics are kind of shitting on it a little bit, but like fuck them. They shit on superhero movies all the time.
They
So
always do. Yeah, that's true. And I usually have a fun time even in the ones they shit on the most. It's like,
uh-huh.
what was that, Quantum Mania or whatever, the Ant-Man movie? It's like everyone's giving it like, this is the worst movie. I come out and like, yeah, that's all right. That's fun. You know,
Hmm.
I had a good time, you know? So,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of expecting Supergirl to like not be as good as Superman, but I mean, that Superman movie was so fucking good. It's gonna be hard to top it. So,
yeah. Yeah, Superman, what's it? The Man of Tomorrow is being filmed right
uh-huh.
now. And they showed Lex in the suit, the uh anti-Superman suit, so they're probably
Oh
going to
hell yeah.
fight directly, you know? So that's going to be badass. And it's James Gunn directing it again, so that's next year, I
Sweet.
think. So,
I'm here for it. Hell
yeah.
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 Give
So,
me give me the Superman. I'll take all the Superman movies you want to throw at me.
I like the new Superman too. He's like you know, is a very good cast, well
Yes.
cast Superman for sure. So, all right. Let's see. I got some like heartwarming movies I watched. Do you want me to
Yeah.
do those real quick? Well, I have like 3 of
Yeah,
them
yeah, go
here.
ahead.
I can run through all 3 of them. They're all similar. Why not? So
Yeah, sure.
Remarkably Bright Creatures has Sally Fields in it. Um, like her newest movie. It's I think it's a Netflix original, something like that. Supposedly it was supposed to be a really good drama and make you like cry, you know, one of those. It's pretty good. I like it. She plays like an older lady working at an aquarium, and she makes friends with an octopus in this aquarium. A very intelligent octopus, and it's like CG'd and stuff. He looked pretty okay. And then this
Okay.
young kid comes to town, know nothing, do nothing kid comes to town, has to work at the aquarium, and then they have an unlikely friendship, you know, and then things happen. I like the movie quite a bit. I think Sally Fields, like anything she's in, she's awesome. So like it's worth watching it just for her, you know. She's just
Mhm.
you know, acting her ass off like always. Um Solid movie, good little drama. It's not going to rock your world. You're going to know what's going to happen for the most part, and you're going to have a good time. You're going to feel good when you're done watching it, you know. It's one of those
Right.
type of movies. But yeah, solid. Good to throw on Netflix, you know, and just kind of probably play a handheld or something while it's on type of movie, but still good.
Perfect. Play Pokemon while you're watching the movie.
Exactly. And then Rental Family. This one's a Brendan Fraser movie. A modern day Brendan Fraser movie, so older actor coming back doing some stuff. And
Yeah.
he is in Japan. He plays an actor in Japan in the movie, and he gets hired by something called Rental Family, where he plays roles in people's lives. They hire him to play roles in their lives. So like, oh, somebody's spouse dies. Okay, well he's gonna be the new husband, and he's gonna go and play that role. Or you know,
Mhm.
like, grandma has dementia, and you know he's gonna go talk to her like he's grandpa. You know, stuff like that to help people. You know,
Uh-huh.
and what ends up happening, he gets hired to be this kid's dad that she never met, this American dad, and of course she basically thinks he's her actual dad. Nobody tells her. Then of course the third act, she finds out, and it's this horrible thing. Why would you hire somebody to be my dad? But oh, they have a bond now, so they are unlikely friends. So similar
Uh-huh.
feelings for this movie, where it's like movie was okay. What was questionable about it was by the end of the movie, she's like his best friend, but he's like, you know, a 58, 60-year-old dude, you know, and she's like
Yeah.
a 7-year-old girl. And I'm like, you know, it's a weird relationship, but hey, whatever, you know. So
Yeah. Little strange there, but
yeah,
whatever.
nice little heartwarming family movie for sure. I don't know. I think we were just in the mood for movies like that at that on that specific week. And then the last one here I'll bring up is called Voicemails for Isabel. This is just a rom com, pretty much. So, but dude, this movie is actually legitimately sad and like got me a couple times because the
Yeah.
premise of the movie is her sister has like a terminal illness. I forget what exactly which one it was. It doesn't really matter. She passes away. She's in culinary school, and then what she would do for her sister is always leave voicemails late at night during her long shifts. And
Mhm.
when her sister died, she kept calling that same number, and it happened to be this like rich playboy's new number that he got for work. So he starts to fall in love with her because of these voicemails about that she's sending to her dead sister, and then using them for
Uh-huh.
date ideas basically. And then they get together, she finds out, and somehow she forgives him at the end of the movie, which I don't know, that's just how it goes with these type of movies too.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah.
that sounds like 90s rom-com where it's like, oh, the guy did something kind of fucking deplorable, and the woman is like, ah, it's okay because you're hot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a very what it basically made me think of is like You've Got Mail, but like
Right,
2026.
yeah.
Very similar feeling, but the main actor in it is Zoe Deutsch. She's like really really good at being like emotional, and like
Mhm.
she's good at crying on cue. You could tell she's really good at emoting and acting, and her acting in this got me. Like I was like choking up. So I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
okay." It was a good watch. But I think that specific week we were just like in the mood for this like kind of schmaltzy movies, but that's
Uh-huh.
okay from time to time. So
Yeah, it's okay to watch some romance stuff from time to time. Not exactly my thing,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, rom-coms are okay, I guess. I had to watch a bunch of them as a kid because, growing up with a divorced mom,
Oh
fucking
yeah.
rom-coms were a normal thing to be on the TV.
My
So
mom's
I saw,
favorite. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but my mom's favorite is Practical Magic and Legally Blonde. I've seen those movies
Mhm.
so many fucking times because of my mom. Divorced mom, same thing. you know.
Yeah, You've Got Mail was one that she definitely watched a whole lot. I remember seeing What Women Want multiple
Oh
times
yeah.
as a kid. Fucking Mel Gibson and his shitty fucking movie.
Yeah, that movie is terrible. I actually saw when it came out. I went to the theater with my ex because she just really wanted to go. We saw What
Mhm.
Men Want, and that
Uh-huh.
was like it's a gender swap reversal thing. That movie was
Uh-huh.
somehow even worse. Like it was one of the worst movies I've
I
seen in the
believe it.
theater. It was terrible.
Oh man, you what the worst movie I think I've ever seen in the theater was the remake of The Fog that released
Oh
in
yeah.
2005. And so at the time I had never seen the original 1980s John Carpenter's The Fog. And I had bought or I had gotten for Christmas a this box set of Alien versus Predator where it's like the alien and the predator fighting each other, and then all the DVDs are in like sleeves in the base. I still have that box set. I'll send a picture of it to you later. But it came with 2 free tickets to John or to the remake of The Fog. And so I took a girl to the movie theater to go watch that movie, and they wouldn't accept my free tickets to
Wow.
see the movie. So I had to pay for that piece of shit.
I would have been mad. That's fucked
I
up.
was.
And then you get out, you're like, I just paid for nothing. That just wasted my
Yeah.
time. They owe me money,
Oh
right?
God, that movie sucks.
Yeah. So
And
we
I was
used.
like,
No, go
I
ahead.
was young and stupid. Like, I would have, if as an adult, I would have complained to a manager after walking out of that movie. I would have been like, look, I came here with free tickets to fucking see this shit, and you made me pay, and that's like the worst movie I've ever seen. Give
Hmm.
me my fucking money back.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to have that, the AMC A list where you can do 3 movies in a
Uh-huh.
week.
Yeah,
So we would utilize that. We'd watch any fucking movie. So I've seen some very
uh-huh.
bad movies in theaters. We went and saw the
I bet.
Nutcracker live action movie that Disney put out. It was awful.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's transform a ballet that has no words in it into a fucking movie.
into like
Sure.
a kids movie, and it was terrible. It
Right.
was bad. We saw
That's
Ugly
kind of have you
Dolls.
ever seen the have you seen sorry,
No,
have
you're
you
good.
seen the Nutcracker, like, the actual ballet
Yeah,
performed in person?
yeah,
It's kinda creepy.
yeah, a little
Like,
bit.
it's a little spooky, as a lot of ballets actually are, but it's really good. I should probably go and see that again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's I haven't seen it in forever either, but I've seen it once. It was actually kind of moving and kind of like you said a little creepy and off-putting at times. It's good though.
Mhm.
It's very very good. So,
Yeah.
um
Yeah, we went and saw Swan Lake.
mhm.
Um, the Ukrainian ballet came through and put that on here in Kansas City, so we were able
Nice.
to see that. We got really good seats, really close to the actually in the front row. So that was quite incredible to see.
Nice. It kind of reminds me of I don't know why I'm thinking about this. The Pink Floyd The Wall movie. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
I've seen that, dude. I have a Pink Floyd tattoo.
I
What are you
figured you
fucking
have.
talking about?
Uh, I don't know why. It just popped into my head. Maybe it's just the same creepy feeling I get a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's amazing, by the way. But you know that, so
Yes. I love The Wall. The Wall is so fucking good. Um,
that's probably like one of my
like
favorite
that's
albums ever. Honestly, I love The Wall
yeah.
too. Yeah.
So the more I listen to Pink Floyd, like over the years, the Wall did used to be my favorite album, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I like Animals more now.
Oh,
I
Animals is
just
good too. Yeah.
it's so fucking that's a powerful album. And like Dark Side is obviously great, but
I overplayed that for
uh
myself. Dark Side. I think I've
for
listened to it
sure.
so many times. You know what I mean?
Dark Side of the Moon was the first CD that I bought for myself.
Yeah. It's like to me, it's like some of the Green Day stuff because I used to love Green Day, and I'm like, I
Mhm.
loved American Idiot. I've listened to that too many times now. I don't. The music's good. Like I still listen to a song
Yeah.
here and there, but I don't think I would listen to it front to back ever again. You know what I mean? I just overdid it for myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way about like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
I feel really burnt out on them. Like I kind of had like a little bit of a hair metal phase where that was a lot of what I was listening to, and I really burnt myself out on GNR. Like it doesn't help that Axl Rose is a fucking asshole, but
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, I like some Guns N' Roses from time to time too. I mean, I yeah
yeah.
yeah. It's good time. It's
Look,
good.
they
Yeah.
became popular for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like that they're not a bad band.
No. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Have you seen Phantasm? It's
No,
a
I
movie
haven't.
from 1979. All right, so Phantasm is like a really fun, creepy horror movie. It stars a couple of guys that don't fucking matter because they're not the main star of the show. Angus Scrim is the villain. He
Hmm.
plays the titular tall man, as they call him in the movie, and he's like so the whole story is like there's this kid and he's living with his older brother because his parents are dead, and there's this funeral director in town, and he's like a creepy guy who just keeps to himself, and but he's the only funeral director in the small town. But it turns out he's actually a supernatural being. Who would have guessed? It's a horror movie. And so he has like this little sphere that flies around in his mausoleum, and it like drills into people's skulls and kills them. And it's a little corny because it is late 70s, so like the practical effects aren't great, and but he is just so fucking intimidating as an actor playing this character that it's he's so fucking good. And yeah, I wanted to rewatch this because I found copies of Phantasm 2 and 3 on DVD at Half Price Books. And so I hadn't watched this movie in quite a while. It'd been a few years at least. And
Yeah.
man, it's a slow burn horror movie, but once you actually like sit through the initial startup, it's a little weird, it's a little creepy, and it's got a good vibe to it. And I Angus Scrimm really fucking sells it. So it's a fun one. It's a really
Yeah.
fun one.
I've definitely seen like images of this guy. You know what I mean? I feel like
Mhm.
he's pretty iconic, like horror images.
Yeah,
Like I see him around on stuff, you know? So,
yeah.
yeah. You good?
Try speaking again.
Hello.
I think my right headphone just went out
Oh, wow.
because I can only hear you in my left right now. I
Oh,
thought it was my ear for a second.
oh, damn. Try playing something on your computer. See maybe if it's not me, it might be Discord.
Okay, hang on. Hold, please. No, that works. All right, say something again.
Hello.
Okay, now I hear you on both sides again.
Maybe it's a
What
short.
the fuck is happening with my shit?
Yeah, you might have to shorten your wire, your headphone wire. That sucks. That might be it.
Dude, it's like I've only had these headphones for like a year.
I don't know.
They shouldn't be
I
dead yet.
the wires on this one is replaceable, so I was like, but the thing is, it's a proprietary plug. Oh, it's
Uh-huh.
annoying. So you have to get their
Yeah, that
wire. You
sucks.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
stupid. But anyway, uh, Phantasm looks cool.
Uh
I should probably watch that
yeah,
at some point.
Phantasm's really cool.
Yeah,
You should definitely check it out. Like we're getting closer to the spooky season, so like I'm not a horror movie only in September and October kind of person,
same.
like
Yeah.
all year round. But you've never seen it, you should definitely try and check it out sometime
Yeah.
before Halloween, because
Well,
it is a really fun movie. I have no idea if it's streaming on anything. Who fucking knows? It's a old fucking movie, so
yeah. When August comes around, we start watching horror movies like more often. Like we start
oh
making a
yeah.
concerted effort. Like August through December is like horror movie time. Let's go. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, we still watch them. Like I still want to see some of like the newer ones that are coming out, like Obsession and stuff. So, if
Yeah, Obsession looks pretty cool.
yeah, it's the same with horror games though. It's like if I want to play a horror game, I'm just gonna play it. Like it doesn't have to
Right,
be
yeah.
October. You know, like who cares?
Yep,
So
exactly. Um, I'll do my last movie really quick because it is kind of related. Night of the
okay.
Creeps is a horror movie from, let me get the date here, 1986. And I also hadn't watched this one in a while, but our friends Dylan and Mook on the Split Up podcast,
Hmm.
they were covering this movie, and I was like, I should really rewatch that before I listen. So I sat down and I rewatched Night of the Creeps. Um, this is the movie with the slugs that come from outer space that possess people and turn them into zombies. It's like the movie that Slither was kind of sort of based on.
Yeah.
And man, it's a fun, campy, like it feels like a 50s sci-fi movie,
Yeah.
right?
I watched this in Discord with Dylan and everyone when they did it.
Yeah,
So that's what last time I saw it. It's been a 4 or 5 years or something. But yeah, I watched it too
right.
before. It's good.
Yeah. It's a big dumb fun movie. It's got a little bit of heart to it. All the two main characters, they seem like they're actually friends, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks when one of them dies. But yeah, it's a really fun movie. Not like, I don't know. I rated it as like a 4 star
Yeah.
on Letterboxd, because like it is really good and it's really fun. I wouldn't ever say that it's like my favorite horror movie from the 80s, but it's definitely worth watching if anybody's never seen it before. It's like it's a good one. It's a really good one.
This is the one with the like PI guy that has all the one-liners, right? Like he just kept
Yeah.
saying like corny ass one-liners. I love
Yeah,
that guy.
one-liners that oftentimes don't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
It's
he's about to shoot a zombie and he's like, "It's Miller time," and then he
yep.
blasts him with
That's
a
the one.
shotgun.
So good. uh,
Um, yeah, it's a very fun movie. I like it
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, it's good. Awesome.
Um,
I'll close
Go
out.
ahead and start talking. I'm gonna put my microphone on mute for just a second because I'm gonna fill up my wine glass.
Oh, you're good. So the next one I wanted to mention is called Never Change. It's kind of a bad movie, but it's very much this. It felt like a 2006 comedy movie with a bunch of random comedic actors in it, just riffing off each other, doing stupid stuff and bits. Kind of that feeling a little bit, but way more corny. It's very the humor. I would say it's almost Dumb and Dumber like levels of humor, but
Okay.
it's not definitely not as funny. With any type of one of these
Look,
movies, it's going to be based on
it's
your
hard to
humor.
be as funny as Dumb and Dumber.
It's true. It's true. But you know how the characters in Dumb and Dumber are just like clueless and idiots? That's the same
Yeah.
feeling this whole thing is. So it's like a
Uh-huh.
group of people have to go back to school. It's very what's that, Billy Madison feeling, right? They have to go back to
Uh-huh.
school for a week. The whole class has to come back, so they shut down the school for the kids for the week. Had to give them or 2 weeks, I think it might be. They do like the whole high school experience though. They do like the classes, they do prom, they do like a football game, like all sorts of stuff.
Mhm.
It's one of those movies where it's just like they keep throwing jokes at you, so you're gonna laugh once in a while. But is it a good
Uh-huh.
movie? Not really. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Topher Grace is in it. You know, they just throw random actors in there, just like that you'll recognize. And you can tell they're having fun, just making a silly ass movie. Which, hey, I
Mhm.
props to them. I didn't particularly love it, but I got a couple chuckles out of it. So hey, it is what it is.
Look, I want people to make silly movies too.
Yeah.
Like fucking do it.
Yeah, it's like I think I gave it like a 2 or 2.5 on Letterboxd. Hey, this is still okay. It's not
Uh-huh.
horrible, but it was like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, could have been probably a little more funny, but maybe the humor isn't just my style either. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. And the last one I wanted to mention is I watched Predator Badlands. Do you know
How
anything
was it?
about it? Was fucking awesome. So I
Yeah.
really liked it. Yeah. Um, I gave it a little bit of a knock because the story's pretty predictable, but that's fine. Who cares about that, really? In this type of movie, you know what I mean? So yeah.
I would expect a Predator movie to be a little predictable.
So did you ever watch Prey, the movie Prey?
No, I haven't gotten around to it. I know it's good.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's good, but I just haven't.
So that same director that directed Prey was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do a whole Predator movie based around a young predator trying to do his first big hunt to impress his family." So basically,
Okay.
that's kind of the premise of the movie, and it's on this alien planet with like dinosaurs and fucked up like crazy monsters and stuff. And he finds Elle Fanning. I don't know her name in the thing, but she is a like a cyborg lady, and her bottom half is cut off. So he has her as a backpack throughout the whole storyline.
Cool.
So it's just a really fun premise, cool action, and also they have like they have like laser swords. It literally looks like Jedi's, lightsaber
Lightsabers.
battles. Yeah, at times, yeah, and
Sweet.
it's just a really fun, kind of just ridiculous high action sci-fi movie, and I really had a good time with it. So yeah, it's good times.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's all you really
Yeah.
want from something like that, right? Just like a really
Oh
cool
yeah.
action movie, right? From a Predator movie. Yeah,
Yeah. That's all I want. They're not particularly like fantastic movies or anything. Like I love Predator 1 and 2. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
Like they are really fun movies. You got Arnie in the first one and Danny Glover in the second. Like there's some fucking star power behind them. They put in work and they're good movies. They're not like the best thing ever, you know? They're not my favorite thing ever.
yeah, yeah. I'll say these are probably. I don't know if they're. It's hard to say they're better than the original one because like that's a classic movie, but it's like
Yeah.
quality wise, I would say it's better. Like because of
Okay.
yeah, and I think the script is a bit better and has like actual layers to it, even though you can see where it's coming a mile away at the end. You're like, well, this is what's going to happen at the end, but that's fine,
Right. Yeah.
Um, yeah, those two movies would be like a good double feature. I'd say watch Prey, and then watch Predator Badlands back to back. You would
Mhm.
just be having like a really good night there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Awesome. I think
Yeah,
that does
also
it for us. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say we were
That's
ready to talk about Deathgate Cycle into the Labyrinth.
yeah. All right, Josh. I have a little bit of spoilers behind the scenes
Yeah,
of how you feel about this movie, but talk to me. Or not movie. I'm sorry, book.
I know what you meant. Uh, Loved it. This is my favorite of the series, but I mean, it's kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like all of them kind of slowly get better because you start
Hmm.
really getting into the characters. They do a lot in this book, a lot in this book. Honestly,
Yes.
they close out
It's pretty dense.
They close out two storylines, two of the universe's storylines, Prion and Arianis. In this,
Hmm.
they like completely close them out, and then they also basically follow Zara around a little bit more to see what he's trying to do. And then you have Maret, which is Hoplo's girly friend from the labyrinth trying to come
Uh-huh.
and kill him. Then you also have Hugh the Hand trying to kill him, which we find out he can't kill anyway, but still,
Uh-huh.
So um, Hugh gets like a cursed dagger, and that's a huge story point because, like, yeah, and then we have Sangdrats, the serpents from the last book, like in this background trying to like cause chaos still, like always.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Being a master manipulator, taking everybody and trying to, change everything to his whims.
Yeah. And then I was very happy to get some resolution for the Priyan kids, I guess. You have
Hmm.
um what are the names? Quindiniar, dude. We got the dwarf, Aletha, and
Yep.
Grundle. Right, not Grundle's. That's a different one.
No, not Grundle.
That's the other one.
That's Celestra.
That's Trellistra. Yep. There's a lot of names. But that
Yes.
group, Blackbeard, he's in there too.
Hmm.
And they kind of have this resolution. They're stuck in the citadel, and then Zifnap comes, Czar comes, and the dragon's disguised as like a dude in like a tailored suit, black tailored suit, pretty much.
Hmm.
um, that's not that. I don't know if that's exactly what he looks like, but in my head, that's what I imagine. He has like the fanciest suit in all the lands, basically, like just
Yeah.
dark and brooding looking, like giant dude. But yeah. Um,
Yeah, you get a whole lot of interaction between Zifnab and Czar in this one, where like
yeah.
Czar also kind of doesn't know what to make of him, and you get there's one of my favorite scenes in this book where you have Zifnab talking about like his experiences in the labyrinth
Yeah.
because he's one of the Sartan from before the Sundering, and he's one of the Sartan that opposed the Sundering,
Yep.
and so he's like talking about the horrors of the labyrinth, and Czar's just like, who the fuck are you? Like,
What
how
are
do you
you?
know any of it?
Yeah. Uh, um. So what I gathered from that is, how he's basically insane. I think that
Mhm.
he has labyrinth sickness. I think that's what it
Yes.
is, right? So
Yep.
that's they didn't really say it directly, but he's like, "Oh, I have a sickness, and the dragon's been helping me with it, and this and that."
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, what did you think about the narrator? Because I know you listen to this narrator. How do you feel about him?
So overall, I like the narrator. I fucking hate that he pronounced Titans Tetons, and I know you
Because
had said that when we listened to the
yeah, it
second
says it
book.
like a million times in one of the scenes, and it
Hmm.
just gets a little annoying. But that's okay.
Yeah. Um, I would say overall the way he pronounces some things are not great. Like there's when it comes to specifically like fantasy words that don't actually exist in the real world, it's like he doesn't want to pronounce them phonetically like you would see them on the page. He wants to pronounce them like in a more fanciful way, and I
Yeah,
don't know if that's like direction directly from the authors or if that's just his interpretation of how the words should be pronounced.
yeah. Because I mean,
um
I know Titan is Tytan, so maybe that's why he pronounces it that way. But also, I'm like,
uh-huh
that's tight. Obviously, that's Titan, but whatever. You know
uh-huh
what I mean? So yeah,
yeah.
I do like his
um
voices though. When I think Hoplo, I think
yes.
that dude's voice now, like, because he just has a really good Hoplo voice. I think that's his best. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
His voice for King Stephen on Arianis
yeah.
is it's literally just him doing a Sean Connery.
It
Like
was,
that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it was. I noticed that too.
um because yeah, we get a little bit of Stephen in this book, and this is the first time I had heard his voice for it, and it's just like, man, that's it. He's just being James Bond. And I
Yeah,
love Sean Connery, but like
yeah,
the dude doesn't have range. He's got one acting mode. He's kind of like Vin Diesel. He has
yeah,
one acting mode, and that's it.
yeah. But you gotta love him for it anyway. Who cares,
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do think his Zifnav is a little over the top for sure. But I mean, I like it. It's he's solid. Like, I don't think he's bad, but there's little
Yes.
things when you're listening to somebody for hundreds of hours at this point, or whatever it's been, or 80 hours, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
probably close
like,
to 80 hours.
yeah. So it's like you're gonna have little nitpicks, but yeah, I think he's
Mhm.
good. So
Yeah. Um, yeah, I really like this book.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a lot of fun. So Haplo and Hugh the Hand and Marit end up having to, well, they end up in the labyrinth.
Yeah,
Um
and then they
about halfway into this book, and they find Alfred there. Actually, they end up in the vortex, which is the center of the labyrinth, and there's no way out from the vortex other than going through the labyrinth, which is how it was designed, you know. So they uh, they end up in the labyrinth, and we get reuniting, you know, Alfred and Haplo, which is great.
hmm Yeah, and it's like then the Alfred's new girlfriend, what's her name? Onette or Olette or whatever. She passes away in the
Uh huh.
labyrinth, probably saving Alfred. And it's not really said, but that at least not yet. But I assume she was saving Alfred, something like that, and died.
So my take on that was always that she killed herself because she
Uh,
couldn't take being put into the labyrinth. Like this was not the place that she was supposed to be.
and it just
So
wasn't directly said. Okay, that makes
yeah,
sense. I could see that. I wasn't sure. They, like you said, it was kind of left open for interpretation, but um,
yep,
so they have to leave, and they're going through this like cave and cavern. Alfred tries to fly at one point and then gets blown into a tree.
uh huh,
But during this whole time, they're like, "There's something off. Like the labyrinth's like being more hostile to us for some particular reason. We don't know why. They think
yep,
we're a threat. At least Haplo thinks it's because they think Alfred's a threat, but in reality, we find out it's mostly because Haplo's changed and he's not just this cold, calculated guy anymore. He actually has compassion and
mm,
love and cares about people. Um, then they find a city, and then they meet the head honcho dude, and he's like the first ever like husky, chunky patron he's ever seen. And then
uh huh,
we find out through a conversation between him and Alfred that he is half and half. Like he is
yeah,
actually uh, Sartan, but has some patron runes tattooed on him, so he can use both magic individually for So he's like super powerful. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, his whole speech, like there's a whole bit where him and Alfred are just like hanging out together without anybody else,
Yeah.
and he's talking about how like you know some of the Sartan were thrown into the labyrinth also right alongside the patrons, you
Yep.
know, because they oppose the Sundering, they oppose Sama, so they got rid of them. They put them in prison also, and he's like, you know, the patrons didn't have to, but they took us in.
Yep. And then basically the thing that ends up happening for both races in this city is like the patrons learn about family, and then
Hmm.
the Sartan just learn about their magic and how to be strong, and survive. So it's like they kind of have a trade off there of culture,
Yeah,
which is really cool. Because like the patrons are like very individualistic, like for the
yeah,
most part. They like even at some point Haplo was talking about names. He's like he didn't remember anybody's name because names didn't matter. He just had to survive and keep going.
hmm,
So they're very good at surviving and being individualistic, but also the Sartan, the way they like use their magic and have their communities through family and stuff. So that together made like this really beautiful civilization in this horrible place, which is
yep.
kind of cool.
Yeah, and I mean they are for the most part safe there
Yeah.
until well until the serpents show up.
Yeah.
But
Sundrax
the
just being a asshole, basically. Yep.
yeah, uh, but yeah, it's man, I love this book. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like this is like the empire of the series. It feels like almost like everything's
Hmm.
coming to a head. It kind of ends on a down note, but it's still badass, and you're like, oh, I got to see what happens next, type of feeling. So,
Yeah, so Alfred is kind of missing right now, and Marit she has fallen out of like her you know, I guess love with Lord Czar or whatever you want to call it, like her appreciation for him because she realizes that you know Haplo is right. Czar is under the influence of the snakes and doesn't want to believe that anybody else could be more powerful than him and doesn't want to believe that, the snakes are going to betray him. Like
Yeah.
he is the epitome of like, you know, pride and arrogance,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to see that anybody else could be right except for him.
Yeah, and that's he. I like him as a villain because he's very flawed, and you can kind of see where he's coming from too, from
Yep.
a lot of the angles. But he always ends up choosing himself over others and his power over
Yep.
others too. Especially, basically, we find out that he can pretty much freely travel into the labyrinth. That's like what they showed. So his whole storyline of saying, "Hey, I go back and fight all this time to help my fellow patrons," is kind of a lie because he can just make a ship and go there. Like he can just do
Yeah.
that. Like he's powerful enough to do that. So he's been doing that and helping people like that, and then he's like, yeah, I fight my way through. It's like, no, he uses his superior magic and intellect to do this, but yeah, also he's convincing other people that, hey, like, I'm fighting for you. It's like, well, kind of you are, but also you're just kind of going there, grabbing him and bringing him out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. He is a really flawed villain.
Yeah.
Um but like, and like you said, he is relatable in his own way. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
think about, his plight and the plight of all the patrons just being stuck in this horrible prison, like he is in his own way trying to help them.
Yeah.
It's just not a good way to try and help them.
Yeah. He's all about control and things too.
Yep.
But we
Yeah.
have
And
he
continued to be fueled by hatred.
pretty much, and he was in Prion. I don't know how it's really
Brian.
supposed to be
Yep.
pronounced, but uh, the World of Fire, and we got them stuck in the Citadel, and there's this whole storyline of like there's this portal in the middle of the maze in the pretty elf lady and Tia and the dwarf find
Yep.
Blackbeard. So there's that whole
Drugar.
Drugar. There you go. That's his name. And then they find the portal, and then Drugar ends up being the name of the city. That's right. That was cool.
Yeah.
At the end there. Excuse me. So also Czar's there, and he's just like, these little motherfuckers. They're so annoying. He's just complaining about them the whole time. And then Zif Nab and the dragons show up too. And then so Czar's whole thing is he wants to basically make these, like, give them protein supplements, make them super strong, magical protein supplements, make all these people super strong, these these four mensch, and then kill them and become like really powerful, like zombies for him, or Lazar for him, and attack the Titans, Teton Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he won't, because it's so funny because like he at the beginning when he first comes to Brian, he's like, "Oh, the Titans aren't gonna be a problem. Like I'm superior in magic in every way. Like Haplo was just weak," and then he fights a Titan and he's like, "Oh shit, these things are actually fucking strong, and he
yeah.
can't defeat them."
He's like, maybe Hoplo was right. And I was like, yep, yeah, he's right again. He hasn't been
Uh-huh.
lying. So the thing about it is Hoplo never really lied to Czar. He did omit the fact of necromancy because he was scared, but he never lied to him. He always told him this
Yeah.
truth, like everything he said was the truth, So
Yes.
um so he never actually betrayed his lord, like even though he thinks he has. So
Yep.
he always made the choice that was the best choice in that situation, because I guess he's an outside observer, so he's like, why would he make that choice? That's stupid. Why would he care about a mensch? And it's like, no,
Uh-huh.
like these are actual people with lives and compassion and feeling, and I actually care, like, so
Right.
yeah, they're not lower than us.
Right. But Czar thinks they are.
Yeah,
So, and he's on it. You find out a lot in this book that he's essentially on this like stubborn quest to find the seventh gate, which is the place in which the Sartan used to sunder the world and create the four new worlds. And so like that's what he's wanting to do, and you get the impression that he wants to essentially destroy the worlds again and
yeah.
make them in his own image, what he thinks the world should be, rather than what the Sartan made.
Yep.
Um, and he doesn't realize that Haplo's been there. Like it's it's on fucking Abarak,
Yeah.
and Haplo tried to take him there, and he wouldn't listen.
Yep. And it's like that's basically the last book is called Seventh Gate. So that's going to be the
Mhm.
whole focus for sure back on Abarak. And so yeah, there's like during this whole time it's like he's in Priyan or in Priyan and he does a feast for them, puts the wine out, and then Zifnab drinks the wine, and then of course pretends to die like he always does. And then I was like, "There's no way this guy's dead." Like that, as soon as
Mhm.
he show him died, I was like, "Dude, he got eaten by a dragon in front of these kids. They really think he's dead? Like, no, come on." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
um, but he saves them from drinking this poison. And then Drugar finds out from this like other area that he has to pretty much open up the gate,
Let
let the Titans
yeah.
in, and it was just a misunderstanding this whole time. Like they just wanted
Yeah.
into the Citadel so they can, be in their homeland, basically.
Yeah. Fulfill their purpose. The
Yeah,
the job that they were made to do is to be inside the citadels, working the magic for the they call it the star chamber, and
yeah,
it's not fully explained like what exactly it does, but it produces a lot of light, and that light and energy is supposed to be transported to the other worlds via Death's Gate in some way.
yeah. I think they said it
It's
helps with
magic.
like Chilestra, like with the water, like stop
Uh,
freezing, like balances out like things in some of the other areas. Just like
yep.
the Kixie Winsy putting the water up, like balances
Mhm.
out other areas that are drier and puts water towards every tier of that world and into the other worlds. So
Yep.
yeah, it's all supposed to work together. It just never became that machine because they just died off or got frozen for hundreds of years, so or thousands of
Uh-huh.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Um, any other particulars you want to talk about with this book?
I will say I just like that like people are starting to have good endings, and they're not just picking that happily ever after. It's like no, like these are actual characters and they're gonna live on, but of course
Yeah,
they're
there's
always
still
going to have
struggles.
challenge. Yeah, there's going to be
Yeah.
like we get Limbeck's ending, hit all that stuff there when they turned the Kixie Winsy on. That was nice and heartwarming. And then we got the pre-end people. They do like a flash forward, and it's like okay, everything's good now for them. And, like they're all
Mhm.
married and happily ever after, quote unquote. Um,
Yeah.
and then now we're stuck with the main characters, which they're not there yet. They still have a whole book of action and stuff. So I'm excited to see what happens next. But man, in my head, I had like when they did that big fight at the end, I was like, man, this would be awesome if they did like a show or a TV series of this or an anime. That would be
Mhm.
so cool just to see that like visually. In my head, I have a
Yeah.
really cool vision of what it looks like, but you know, if somebody did a really good adaptation of this, I would be down to watch it for sure.
Yeah. I So my assumption has always been that there's never been an adaptation of this because you can't really tell the story without breaking it into the four individual stories first,
Yeah,
because Haplo has to go to each of the four worlds to be able to make the entirety of the rest of the story make sense,
yeah.
right?
It had to be like
And
a TV show, but it'd have to be like
mhm,
greenlit for 7 seasons. You know what I mean, or something, right?
yeah, or like at least five, you
Yeah,
know? I mean, like maybe you could condense like like the first two books into like a single season of TV.
yeah, and even the
Like,
second two books maybe too. Like do like
mhm,
two realms per season or something. I could see that
yeah,
happening. Yeah,
yeah, because like the stories are dense, and but at the same time that they're dense, there's also like there's only a few main players on each of the worlds, and you really only need to follow them for a little bit of time to actually fully get their stories.
yeah.
So, um, yeah, I mean, like just the I don't know how it would ever be adapted, man.
Probably won't ever be. I still would. I still like it when, uh, like not everything has to be adapted though.
Mhm.
Of course. So it's great as is, but I was just like, man, that'd be so cool to see. I think
Yeah.
it's because I just got off the high of that amazing House of Dragons episode. I'm like, okay, this is do something like this. I would be so sick, but
Right.
that's really expensive, of course. But be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. And I mean, like this book series sold well
yeah,
back in the '90s when it released. Like it's not like it's an unknown series, you know?
yeah.
Like Weiss and Hickman are well respected authors within the realm of fantasy. So it's not like this is just some random little bullshit that, nobody knows about.
Yeah. I mean, I know
As
that.
you
Yeah,
as you found out when we started doing this whole thing where you had a bunch of people reach out to you being like, "Oh wow, I'm glad you're like covering this on the podcast," you
yeah.
know?
There's like 3 different people like, hey, this is cool. You're talking about these books. I love them. I'm like, oh, cool. But yeah. Anyway, in conclusion, I'm excited to see how it ends, and it's a shorter book, and then we can basically close out that segment next time, and
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a recurring thing like that again, but haven't thought about it too deeply yet. So yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So yeah, next episode, the final book, The Seventh Gate. It's only like a 300-page book in comparison to like a 450-page book like the rest of them are.
Yeah,
Um, so you said it's like a 10-hour long audio book, so it's a little bit shorter. It's still dense. Like don't get me wrong, it's still a dense
there's still a
story,
lot
but
of hanging threads that need to be tied up
yeah.
for sure. So
Yeah. And so yeah, I'm excited to finish out this series with you. So
yeah, it's good recommendation. Again, I'll say it again. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I stuck with it
awesome.
surprisingly.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to talk about my the movies you gave me, or do you want to talk about Star Trek first?
How about we take a momentary break
Oh yeah,
and then we'll come back and discuss it.
that's the thing we do, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing we do.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. I tell you.
Refreshed.
Yeah, dude, I'm so glad that like you ended up liking this book series as much
Yeah.
as you did because like when I recommended it to you, I gave you the audiobook version that's no longer on YouTube because it got copyright struck and taken down. And like the first half of the first book is like almost 8 hour, like that's an 8 hour recommendation, right? So like it's not an easy ask
Yeah.
to be
And
like, hey, read the first book in this 7 book series and like see if it's your thing, you know? Um, but yeah, I mean you've obviously liked it and stuck with it, and yeah, it's been great to be able to actually like talk with somebody about it because like I don't know anybody personally. I mean, like I guess I know a few people now who like via the Discord and whatnot, but like in my personal life, I don't know anybody else who's read this series of books.
yeah, it's cool. I it's one of those things is like I should have been getting into sorry, I was distracted there for a second. I should have been getting into book reading. I wanted to read more often, even listen to
Mhm.
audiobooks, kind of mix them in. And I was like, because I listen to podcasts, but sometimes I'm just throw a podcast on, even though I don't really want to listen to it, just for background
Yep.
noise.
I do the
So
same.
when I'm in that mood, I'm like, oh, I don't really feel a podcast. Now I have a book that I can just go throw it on, listen to
Uh-huh.
like 5 chapters for a couple hours, whatever, and then turn it off, go back to a podcast, you know, so it's
Yeah.
nice. Um, a lot more driving in this job too, so it's like windshield time, book time. Let's do this, you know. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm glad you stuck through it, and yeah, I'm excited for next episode when we'll be able to talk about the conclusion. So
this just becomes a book. We have a book segment that's ongoing forever. We just start a new series. We just read like a Brandon Sanderson series or something.
I mean, we could, dude. I've got other book recommendations I can throw at you. So,
Yeah.
but I'll let you know. I wasn't planning on throwing another book at you at least for a little while.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I this one series I want to read is a Brandon Sanderson. I was trying to look it up. I think it's called Mistborn. Mistborn. Yeah. Been wanting to
okay, yeah,
read
yeah.
that one. I've heard it's really good. So it's like similar ish kind of fantasy, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah. All right. Well, we have some recommendations. Are you in the mood for Gore or Captain My Captain right now?
Uh, let's talk Star Trek first.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so this was a blind recommendation. Star Trek: The Next Generation. You had never seen any of it. I had seen, bits and pieces here and there growing up because like Star Trek would just be on TV sometimes,
Yeah. I mean,
but
I'm
it was never
sure.
something.
I'm sure I've watched a
Yeah.
few episodes. I just don't remember much about it, you know, like
Yep.
yeah. So,
So I am curious how far you got into the series because I had sent you a text earlier in the week and you were like, I've only watched a couple of episodes.
yeah, I got to 10. I watched 10. So,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Ten's actually a really good spot for us
Yeah.
to talk about. And I'm like halfway through episode 13.
Okay.
Overall, broad view, how do
Yeah.
you feel about TNG?
Honestly, it feels a lot like the original series. It has a lot of that goofy feel, like especially like the
Uh-huh.
first couple episodes, even having
Yeah.
a callback to the original series with Bones in it, you know, of course. Um
Uh-huh.
I think it's fun. Like it's fun. It's Star Trek. It's philosophical. It's not really about fighting. It's more about trying to outsmart people, and it always has a weird
Uh-huh.
twist that you don't really expect half the time. And yeah, it's just a good time. Like so far, and I like the characters. All the characters are really good. Patrick Stewart is so damn good. Like I mean,
Yeah.
that goes without saying, but I understand why people love him as Picard more just watching these episodes. You know what I mean? Like he's just
Yeah.
so good. You know?
So I've talked with multiple people at this point, and all of them are like, dude, the first two seasons of that show suck so bad. Like it's
Yeah.
so bad. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is great.
Yeah.
Like I'm having a great time. And you're right. It feels like classic Star Trek. It feels like I'm watching a 1960s Star Trek episode set in 1980 instead.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like I don't need anything more than that. I'm perfectly okay with it being like the corny feel good fucking sci-fi show. I'm having a great time with it.
Yeah. It's and you they build the characters really well. Like you can tell they're setting up these characters slowly and they
Uh-huh.
reveal a little bit more about them over time. And it's like, you know, Picard and him with Crusher, you know, and how he could have saved her husband and stuff like that. It's like there's like a whole bunch of like little things going on like throughout
Yeah.
all these things that you learn, um, and they just drop little things here and there for about the characters, which I like. So you got just
Yep.
little tidbits about everybody, and then you start building what their vision of them are, you know, as you watch, which is cool.
Yeah. So I do have a short list here of the characters. We got Picard, obviously. I don't have all the actor names because I didn't feel like writing all of the actors' names as well as all the characters' names. So
Yeah.
I apologize if anybody like wanted me to be like calling out all the actors at the same time, but like you can watch the opening credits and you'll get the same thing. So fuck you. Um, Captain Picard, obviously, and then we've got Riker, who's his second in command that we meet at the in the first episode, who's not like part of the Enterprise at the very beginning of the show, but is like just been assigned to
Yep.
being the second in command on the Enterprise. Um, Deanna is like kind of his second in command. She's like a psychic that
Yeah.
hangs out on the ship and is like uh, able to like sense emotions and feelings from other things, and that's how they're kind of able to judge whether or not something is going to be hostile prior to actually like putting them up on the video screen. We've got Worf, our Klingon friend,
Yep.
which Klingons were like one of the main antagonists of the original series. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a big surprise seeing a Klingon on board the Enterprise at the beginning of this show for people who like were coming from the original series and had, when this aired in 87. We're
Yeah.
talking fucking 40 years ago. Um if you had watched that original series and then you start watching this and you're like, why is there a Klingon? And we don't really have any resolution as to like what happened between the Klingons and the Federation as to like why they're at peace now, but we've got Worf here, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the Klingon. I will say
He's good
there's
too.
there's a
I like
couple of
Worf. Yeah.
yeah, there's a couple of episodes where like you can see the gap in between like his prosthetic headpiece and his actual skin, which like it's fucking TV. I don't care that much,
On
but I do find it funny when you can see a little fuck up in the makeup department like that.
Yeah.
Um.
Something like that though from then is you probably
Uh-huh.
wouldn't even see it on a CRT.
Oh yeah, because it
You
would have
know what
been
I
on
mean?
CRT. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we're watching the HD remaster version of this, right? Basically, it's like, okay, this has
Hmm.
been cleaned up from the masters, right? So it's like this looks so
Right.
sharp,
Yeah.
probably the sharpest this has ever looked. On TV, you would even notice that gap. It would just kind of blend in, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got Data, who's an android, and he kind of fills in like the Vulcan role that Spock played in the
Mm-hmm.
original, like the really takes everything too literally and is very compelled by hard data rather than like emotion or
Yeah.
anything. And he kind of doesn't know what he is. So there's you get a episode 13 is actually a data focused episode. So you'll get more of him soon. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. I do think I'm gonna keep watching this. So honestly, if you want, we can just keep watching Star Trek if we're interested in doing that as like the little mini in between segment after
Oh, I'm
we start done.
absolutely going to keep watching this.
Okay.
Absolutely. There's no way I stop right now.
You're into it now. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, I was gonna say something. I distracted myself. Oh no. Data is really fun. I think that him trying to be human is always there's always a lot of little fun scenes there where he's trying to tell
Mhm.
jokes or try to relate to people as best he can, but he's struggling the whole time. So like you
Yeah.
said, he's basically Spock, but with green eyes. Right?
Yeah. Green eyes and white skin instead of pointy ears and live
Yeah.
long and prosper.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you've got Crusher that you already mentioned. She's the ship's medic. And her son Wesley is there also. And there's like some tension between her and Picard, and like maybe they'll have a thing later. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, Wesley is kind of like this boy genius type character. Like he is like super super smart and wants to be involved in the ship, but he's like not old enough to go to like the like Starfleet fleet school
Academy.
or
Yeah.
whatever to
Mm-hmm.
academy yet. Um and then we've got Geordie LaForge, who's our like kind of cybernetic guy with the eye band over his eyes, which gives us a little bit science fictiony thing. We find out he's blind and he can only see in like infrared and like ultraviolet and stuff like that, which is kind of
He's
interesting.
Daredevil, but on a
Yeah.
ship.
Well, not quite because like he can see with the
Yeah,
the eyepiece thing,
that's
but
true.
he doesn't see like the same spectrum of light that we do. He's able to see things in a different way.
Yeah, and
Which ends up
he's
leading to like some
he's the pilot, right?
interesting. Yeah, he's one
Mhm.
of the pilots. I think
Okay.
he's the pilot, or he's like I don't know what he is exactly. He
Yeah,
he definitely like helps fly the ship. He helps with like
navigator maybe.
maintenance and yeah, navigating maintenance in some episodes. He's
Yeah,
down in the engine bay, fucking with stuff. He's like a techie kind of guy.
engineer type guy
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we got Tasha Yar, who is
Hmm.
head of security. Um, the hottest character on the ship for sure. I mean, other
Yeah,
than maybe.
that's true. They don't hesitate to put her on some skimpy stuff here or there too. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I don't mind. I don't mind a strong woman with short hair.
Yeah, yeah, she's a badass though. She's a great character.
Yeah.
Feels like every time they reveal a little bit more about her, you're like, damn, she's badass. I start
Mhm.
appreciating her a little bit more. So
Yeah. So that's kind of our crew.
yeah,
And yeah, I've got a little bit of an episode breakdown, not for every episode, but
yeah,
for a few of them at least. The at least out so with the first 10, the standout episodes are obviously like the introduction double episode,
yeah,
which on Paramount Plus is just billed as a single hour and a half long introduction to the show.
yeah.
And it's just meeting all the crew for the first time. We meet Q, who's like I don't know, he seems to be a kind of primary antagonist. And
Yeah.
from my little bit of digging, he like exists as an antagonist in the Star Trek universe from this point basically until now. So,
Oh, nice.
so
This is the
I have
same
a few
actor the whole time. That'd be even crazier.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause
Nice.
I was looking at his IMDb page because I was like, I know this guy from somewhere, and like I'm scrolling through, and it's like he's in a Star Trek movie, he's in a Star Trek show, he's in a Star Trek show, he's in a Star Trek movie, he's in a Star Trek show, and I don't know what I know him from, but I recognize his face from something.
Yeah, he has a
I
very
just don't know what.
I don't know either, but maybe it's just watching old Star Trek. You know what I mean? Maybe that's all it is.
Could be.
Right? Um,
um.
he's great though.
Yeah. So he's from like this weird alien race that are like very untrusting of humans and are essentially putting Picard and the team on into a test, saying that like humans are barbaric, like your Starfleet is not worthy of being across the galaxy as you are now, and like starts talking about how like you know in the past humans were really shitty to one another, and
Hmm.
Picard's like, but we're not anymore. Like we're better than that now, and kind of has to prove to him that they are better than what they used to be.
Yeah, they have like a good back and forth. It's a very
Mhm.
intellectual first episode. Like it's all
Yeah.
about e- ethics of humanity, pretty much. Which is
Yeah.
that's it's a good way to kick off a show that's like I would say a good portion about similar themes. So
Yes.
um, yeah, as an antagonist, Cube's really fun. I feel like he's very snarky, but you can tell he's smart. But you also
Uh-huh.
feel like maybe he's eternal or like a god figure of some type. Like he
Yeah.
exists across like timeline or something. You know?
Mhm. Yeah, he's really fun. And then we get a second episode with him in episode 10, which you said you did watch 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh so he comes back to antagonize them again, and he gives like Riker superpowers
Yep.
where he can like grant people's wishes or whatever. And he's like trying to fuck with humans in a way to like almost force them to be corrupt, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the humans have to pull through and show that like even with great power they're able to use it responsibly and not be corrupted and not use it for evil.
Yeah, and it's like Picard is basically like just fucking do it. Like get the wishes granted. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like and trust me, they'll be fine. You pretty much the same feeling behind that,
Yeah.
Like yeah. Um really cool episode too. I actually feel like I start liking Riker more and more throughout the show. I just feel like he's
Yeah.
kind of like he's a little cornball, but he's also like kind of fun to watch and do things, especially when he's teamed up with Data and doing stuff too. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is really fun. They make a good pairing. They are fun
honestly,
playing off of each other.
that's just Bones and Spock again. If you think about it,
Uh-huh.
kinda, but that's okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So episode 5, we have our first introduction to the Ferengi.
yeah.
The I'm sure people have seen memes of them online because they've been around forever. They're the big eared aliens with the like weird crested thing across their
I
head and
kind
the
of like
spiky teeth.
the makeup though. It's fun. It's cool
Yeah, they're
looking. Yeah,
really cool.
yeah,
Um, and they're just like hyper capitalists. Like
Yep.
all they want is money. That's all they care about. They're basically the worst parts of us, right?
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know, capitalism is fucking horrible and this whole system sucks and they are the proof of that.
Yep. Nice. It's not even subtle. That's
No.
basically they're just like greedy as fuck, pretty much. Yep.
Yep. Yep, they want money and they want nothing but money and that's all they care about.
Hmm.
If they're getting paid, they'll do whatever.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. And if
Uh-huh.
they're not getting paid, they don't want anything to fucking do with it.
Yep.
We do get a second episode with them also. In episode 9 where
Yep.
they one of the Ferengi returns Picard's old ship to him,
Hmm.
and but there's like a device on there that is like warping Picard's mind and making him
Yeah.
believe
Like
he's in a place that he's not.
yeah.
Does that make sense? Is that the right way to put it?
I think so. Yeah. It's kind of like I don't know. It's like just kind of screwing with them a lot. You know what I mean? It's
Uh-huh.
like so that's the one where they kind of he basically leaves right at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, like I'm leaving, and then they end up teleporting Picard back without that essence, pretty much.
Yeah.
From yeah, so um, that was a cool concept in general. I particularly just like the thought of it. It's just like, okay, what are you gonna do with your leader? Just kind of it's like kind of fucked up, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, are you going to betray the like chain of command
yeah,
because your leader is technically still here, but is giving shitty orders that he shouldn't be giving?
yeah.
And how do
Hmm.
you handle that situation?
Yeah,
And how do you handle it in relation to your leader who you respect and is still here, but uh is not doing things according to like, everything that your civilization stands for with
yeah,
Starfleet, you know?
exactly.
Um, and then there ends up being like a Ferengi betrayal because the one of them is the second in command with the Ferengi. It's like he's out of his mind. He's doing all of this for revenge, not for money. Like fucking, he needs to
Yep.
stop it. You know.
Exactly. Yep. um,
um, yeah, I thought that was really fun. I like it.
yeah. Well, is this a solid recommendation? You'd say? I had a
Yeah.
good time watching it for the first time. I just figured it'd be cool to do like a shared thing. Like it's like, oh yeah, let's watch some Star Trek. Fuck it, you know?
Are there? I yes. So to answer your question, yes, I really dug this. I don't understand why people are saying that this first season is bad because I'm having a ball. I'm having a great time watching this. You
Yeah.
know, um, are there any other than the episodes that I talked about? Were there any standout episodes to you?
I was just looking through the ones I watched.
Because it is kind of like a monster of the week,
Monster of the
even if
Week
it's not
stuff. Yeah.
technically monster. Like it's really just we're boldly going into whatever the next story is, and it's going to be 45 minutes long, and we're going to have a conclusion. And sometimes those stories more involve one character than another. Um, so like you get one episode where it's like kind of a little bit more focused on Tasha and security, and you get another episode where it's a little bit well, a couple episodes later you'll get a data focused episode, and
Yeah.
you get an episode where it's a little bit more focused on Wesley. And a lot of the episodes are really focused around Picard, as you would expect, as he is the main character and the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
But uh, they spread that out a little bit and start picking at the other individual characters and are like, all right, let's tell a story with that one and give them a little bit more characterization. Which is, yeah, I mean, that's great. It's fun stuff.
Yeah. It's
It's good.
I like the I think it was episode I was looking at it. It's episode 8 where they film on location. I think it's nice when they're not in the ship occasionally. You know what I mean? Like yeah. So just
Oh,
to
dude,
change the scenery is pretty fun. Yeah.
that
Good.
was one thing I wanted to say also was that like when they go down to some of the planets, it looks like the 1960s sets where it's just
Yeah.
like a couple of models of like rocks and trees and a very obviously just like screen background and they're just on a soundstage.
Yeah.
It looks so much like the old show, and I'm just like, this is great. I love
Yeah.
it. It's
It's
corny,
just
like
back.
60s life. Yeah.
It's just back, you know. You know the people who are super into the classic series when this came out, I bet they were like ecstatic, like because the
Oh,
season just
probably.
feels
Yeah.
so much like that DNA is still there, you know. And I know it
Mhm.
turns into a quote unquote better show over time, but I'm okay with how it's starting. You know what I mean? Like this is fun.
Yep.
It's just a good time. Like I turn it on and I'm just having a good time smiling like most of the time. Like it's just a fun watch,
Yep.
you know. So
Yeah. And it's also the kind of show where you don't need to pay like 100% attention to it if you don't want to. Like if you got something going on, also,
yeah,
like it's not like I'm sitting here and I'm not watching it, but it's also the kind of show where I can have it on, and if I get a couple of text messages, I'm not annoyed that I have to look at my phone, you
yeah.
know?
Or even if you had like a game where you can half pay attention to the game too. So it's kind
Oh,
of like
absolutely.
you divide your attention to both, like or something like that. Like you're
Yes.
grinding in an RPG or something or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, this is as I didn't want to do it like for this episode because I really wanted to pay attention to
Yeah,
the
definitely.
episode more. But as I continue to watch this, this will be the kind of show where I just like I turn on my 3DS and I play a game while I'm watching it, and just lay on the couch for a couple of hours, put the show on, and I'll play like I'm playing uh Mario 64 DS right
Yeah.
now, which is
Hmm.
like a game that I don't have to pay super close attention to, which pairs great with a show that I don't have to pay super close attention to because I can kind of half pay attention to both of them and have a good time, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I mean, it's that pacing of the show. It's a little slower, and so like, and that's not a bad thing. That's just that's how
Mhm.
they script it and how it's made. You know. So there's parts where you're like, yeah, they're just kind of talking in a room. I know what the room looks like. I don't have to look at the screen right now because like they're just
Uh-huh.
having a conversation right now, and the conversation is
Yeah.
compelling, but not much is going on the screen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, good recommendation. I will say episode 12, really good. You're gonna
Okay.
love that one.
Hell yeah.
Um, Uh, little spoiler, they go into Picard gets like a simulation working on the ship of like 1940s San Francisco. And so it's him and Data and Crusher in the 1940s,
Okay.
which is
Because why not?
it's so fucking good, man.
Because why the fuck not? Yep, they do that a lot.
Yep.
Like in the original series, or like they have like 3 Western episodes in the original series or something. They go
Uh-huh.
back to the Western times a lot, you know. So why not?
Look, there's a movie about getting a whale
Yeah.
somewhere in the
Hmm. Yeah. It's a little
um
silly. That's part of it. That's kind of the charm of it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm having a good time, man. Like it's silly, it's charming, it's just fun. Um, and if it gets as good as people say it does, where like people are like, "Oh, the first season is actually really bad," I don't think I'll ever say this first season is bad because I'm having a good time with it. But if people say that it gets better as this continues to go on, then I'm sure once I get to like seasons 3 and 4, where people seem to really love this show,
Yeah.
I'll be fucking all in on it. So
Yeah, this is the show I'm watching by myself. Usually I have like one that I'm kind of watching by myself whenever
uh-huh.
I get home a little early, or like, oh, my partner goes to bed a little early. So this is the one I was doing that with over the last few weeks here. So I'll just continue doing it. Why not? It's good times.
Yeah, I'll definitely continue, like I said, and yeah, we'll continue to talk about it,
Yeah.
whether we make it its own separate segment or we just talk about it in the normal TV
Yeah.
segment of the show.
Just
We'll figure
little
that out next
check-ins,
episode.
little check-ins or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So, all right, awesome. You assigned me to watch Tokyo Gore Police and The Machine Girl.
Yeah. So like I said last time, Nishimura, the director of Tokyo Gore Police and the head of the special effects studio that did all the effects for Machine Girl, he had passed away the month before last, or last month. He passed away in May.
Yeah.
So I was like, bump this up on the recommendation list.
Yeah.
Let's get some Nishimura love going on here. What'd you think?
There's something. Okay. All right. Which one do you think I liked more? Which one do you think I would
Okay.
like more when you recommended them?
Um, I honestly I don't know.
Okay.
I like Machine Girl a little bit more
Okay.
than Tokyo Gore Police, but I like both of them quite a bit.
They're so absurd. I'll just say that both of them. So
Oh
I guess
yeah, they're wild.
we could start with Tokyo Gore Police. That's fine. So
Okay.
basically, it's I guess it's kind of present day or near future vibes, and there are these characters in the world named the engineers, and they have these
Yep.
tumor keys in them that basically make their bodies transform into like crazy Cronenbergian weapons. Pretty much,
Yep.
that's the main premise. And then
Uh-huh.
there's a girl that's a part of the Tokyo Gore Police, quote unquote, the police, which is a police city state, which has a lot of like intercut like police propaganda throughout the whole movie too.
It's a little Starship Troopers in that way, where
Yeah,
it's like cutting to like these little propaganda pieces, and like the police are separate from the state. Like they're an independent organization,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And her dad was
So,
against this whole thing. He gets killed at the very beginning. The first gore shot you see is his head exploding, like with the title
uh-huh.
card. Uh, but then you find out later that her dad got shot, and then that guy shot hit the guy of the police force guy shot the guy who shot her dad at the same time, pretty
Uh-huh.
much, and then that's that guy's dad, and they all got splattered with blood at the same time because this whole both of these movies are just blood splatter movies. I looked a little
Uh-huh.
bit up about them. It's like called like splattercore or something like that. Like that's
Yeah.
the genre in Tokyo. I mean, in Japan. So it's
Yeah.
like okay, these are kind of like the big ones of that genre, or at least a couple of them, right?
These are the big ones that made their way to the West and
Okay,
got like American popularity behind them. They're not necessarily like the most popular ones in Japan of like the genre, but they're the ones that
yeah,
definitely got notoriety over here.
okay. So there's a lot in this movie. There's a scene where a dude gets his dick bit off, and they put a tumor thing in there, and he gets a giant machine gun dick.
Uh-huh.
Then there's that one stood
He's
out to
just
me.
walking around shooting bullets out of his enormous penis.
Yeah. And like, if people haven't seen any images of this, imagine like the fleshy look of like some of the characters or the creatures in The Thing, something like that, but like even
Uh-huh.
more like cartoony and stylized, and just goopy and kind of gross throughout the whole time.
So
Yeah,
kind of almost cartoony like Power
yeah,
Rangers,
hmm
but gory.
yeah, like extremely gory. Yeah, and kind of kind of disgusting, but in a fun way. Like
Uh-huh.
him. There's a dude. They do like a close up of a dude eating bugs. And it's just like slime and
Uh-huh.
ooze coming out of his mouth. That's the whole thing is about goop and ooze and blood splatter. Like
Uh-huh.
that's they're just flexing on everybody on like the crazy special effects in this. Like that's pretty much what the movie is like a showpiece of crazy practical effects for the
No,
most part.
this is what happens when the special effects guy gets to direct a movie.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I want to do a rocket jump on film. Okay, fuck it, we're doing a rocket jump. Let's do it. Like so. Um,
Uh-huh.
the plot is almost not even. It's there. It's just kind of to get it to the next part and to kind of build up
Uh-huh.
like this final girl that ends up getting this key in her. What was it like her arm and gets like the machine gun in her arm too? Does she have a machine gun too? All right, I watch these like back to back. She
Okay,
has
yeah, that's perfect.
yeah.
No, in Tokyo Gore Police, she does not get a machine gun
Is
in
it
her
a
arm.
chainsaw or
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah,
chainsaw?
she ends up
Okay, that's
having
right.
like a chainsaw.
Chainsaw arm, like meaty chainsaw arm thing, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, and then Machine Gun Girl has a chainsaw leg lady. That's what it was. That's where I was getting them mixed
Yeah.
up. Yeah. Okay. um. So yeah, I mean the whole story is she's trying to get the big bad and kind of get revenge for her father's death. That's basically the whole thrust
Yeah.
of it. Uh, Lots of
You
crazy
find out
fight
that there's
scenes.
like corruption within the police force.
Yeah.
The look, the story is not the focus here.
Mm-mm.
I think we've established that.
Yeah, there's
Um,
that lady that bites that dude's dick off, gets her legs cut off,
uh-huh.
and she has alligator legs. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, she becomes it's like that movie Teeth, except her entire lower half is the toothy vagina instead
Yeah,
of
pretty much. Yep.
just the vagina part.
Fucking crazy. Dude, I will say good recommendation on just for both as a package. I liked Tokyo Gore Police a little bit more myself. I just think I like
Okay,
the effects. Dude, it's just hilarious. Like I know it's supposed
it
it
is.
it's so funny. Like okay, so like him getting his head chopped off and then he just has like machine gun eyes. Dude, I was cackling. Like it was so good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, so um
There's the whole scene in the club where like people are like vote like trying to buy the like mutated girls, and each one of them is fucked up in their own ways, and there's one that's just like a human chair, which is just like the most absurd thing that you could
yep. Mhm.
possibly make.
There's just a lot of crazy things in this movie. I don't even know where to begin anymore. There's just a lot. I feel like so I will say one little negative I have, but it's just me as I'm a little squeamish for self-harm stuff. I mean, I know
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of horror movies that have that, but this has a lot of it in there. I'm like, ugh, it just
It
kind of like
does, yeah.
turns me off a little bit for stuff, but I know it was on purpose in the movie, and that's kind of the whole thing. It's like a propaganda thing, you know. But
Uh-huh.
still, I'm like, ugh, that's a little bit too much of that for me. But that would be my only downside for the movie because it's just a really fun and insane like showpiece, you know, and
Yeah.
blood drenched showpiece, you know. Yeah,
And when we say blood drenched, we're talking like, oh, firework just went off. That probably picked up on the microphone.
that's fine.
Like a really loud one. When we say like blood, we're talking like literal fountains of blood. Like somebody gets their arm cut off and it's like
Spraying
spraying blood for like minutes at a time sometimes.
ridiculous amount, like you would see in
Yes.
an anime or something, like that
Uh-huh.
amount, just basically
Just gushing
buckets of
everywhere, like
blood in real life.
literal
Yeah,
fountains.
yeah. And it's like constant, but it's fun though.
Hmm.
Yeah, people probably should die half the time when they get killed, and like when he puts the key in the body, it's always like a crazy effect too, like the tumor
Uh-huh. Of
keys.
like the skin ripping open and then closing back up on
Yeah,
itself.
he
It's
does it on some dude's head and on her arm, of course. Yeah, it's just they they use the body in really crazy ways. Really, that's all I can
yeah.
say about it. Just a lot of fun. Like I'd watch this again. It's just gory, goopy, messy, and a lot of really fun action. It's low budget, but you don't really feel that it's low budget too much, except for some of the
Uh-huh.
costumes are very corny on purpose,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, so
But
like the chief of police, he's wearing like this big like samurai armor almost,
yeah,
but he has like a speaker in front of his mouth and a big
yeah,
speaker on his shoulder.
yeah. It's like the costumes are cheesy and corny. It's a little low budget, but like the effects are just so cool that it's like who
Uh-huh.
cares? You know, it's like it's just part of the whole feeling of the movie.
Oh, what'd you think about like the armless and legless gimp guy who ends up getting sword arms and
That was
legs and
insane.
walks?
He's like walking on him, and then she's with him at the end, like with all badass with her sword out and stuff. Well,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah, like she's like, yeah, it's just a really cool like cool movie with a lot of really fun action. I don't know what else to say about it on that one. Like
Yeah.
I just really like the practical effects. So I always like whenever they get goopy with it, I guess. That's why I
Yeah.
recommend like the substance to you and stuff because I just love like body horror stuff. And this is like that
Yeah.
plus insanely cool action. So, yeah, I have no real complaints except for the little minor caveat of the self-harm thing, but that's just me. That's one thing I'm squeamish about. Everybody has that, I feel like in like gore and
For
stuff.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I did say when I recommended these that like
Yeah.
just general content warning about
Yeah,
basically
exactly.
everything.
Yeah.
Because like they don't hold back on any
Anything.
taboo subject in either of these movies like at all. You
Yeah,
know?
so like
Um
Machine Girl like kind of doubles down on some of that stuff too.
Mhm.
So I think I like Machine Girl in parts, but generally I was kind of cold on the movie. Sorry, it's probably
Oh,
not.
that's okay.
Yeah, it was just okay to me. Machine Girl was.
So,
I
Machine Girl is a much lower budget movie. I
Yeah,
also find Machine Girl very funny.
yeah, it is
Like, it
funny. It
is
has good funny parts to it. Like
it is a much more comical movie than Tokyo Gore Police is, and I
yeah,
think that
like
might be why I like it a little bit more.
true. And she takes a freaking chainsaw, it bounces off her chest, and she goes, "I got what's going on?" It's just like, it's steel. It's a drill, bra. And I'm just like, oh my god. I was like, so stupid, but okay. um, I feel like I think this movie is a little bit more mean in its subject matter. Maybe that's what it was.
Yes.
Like, there's a lot of like just killing for killing's sakes, and a lot of really like cruel people and like cruel things happening. So I think that's the reason it didn't really sit as well with me. But
Right.
I will say action was awesome. I mean, we have the main girl basically getting revenge for her brother dying, and they're trying to
Yep.
say he committed suicide, but obviously the Yakuza pushed him off a freaking parking garage. It's
Yep.
like, so she's just going through trying to kill everybody, and eventually she gets stuck in like this dungeon and her arm gets cut off, and then she's like bleeding out, and she finds this couple that helps her out and gives her like this giant machine gun arm. That's who gets the machine gun arm. And then the
Yep.
machine girl. And then I was watching this movie and she's like shooting a ton of guns, like bullets out, and I was like, did she ever reload? And then that ends up later becoming a thing. Like, oh, I have to reload now. It's like, dude, you just shot like 5,000 bullets, but okay. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean?
It's so funny that, like, she's shooting so much
Yeah.
and misses so much.
Yep.
She
It's
barely hits
ridiculous.
the target all the time. So this movie, it opens up with, like, this really she goes and, like, she finds these 4, like, kind of gangster punk kids, and she's, like, talking to them, and then just pulls out the machine gun and starts shooting all of them to death, and there's I really I love this opening scene because it's just, like, straight to the point. She shoots this one guy in the face so many times that he just becomes, like,
Yeah, that
a skeleton almost,
like it's
and you can
melting.
tell it's just like a guy holding like the head prop and just like kind of shaking it in front of the camera.
Yep. But it's still good. It's so fun though.
Yeah.
They cover it up with just buckets of blood like the other movie,
Yep.
so it doesn't really matter. It's just gory as hell. This the And then, of course, in the one movie they cut off that dude's. He cuts off his like legs, gets cut off, and he like rockets with blood too. In
Uh-huh.
Tokyo Gore Police. So yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, because why not?
yeah,
You can have blood rockets.
yeah,
It's fine.
exactly. This one had a lot of like shurikens in it, like a lot of like dismemberment with those, which I thought was pretty cool. Like cool visuals.
There's
Yeah.
there's two Super Sentai groups in this movie.
Yep.
Like, why are there two? There's two different Sentai groups. There's like a group of red ninjas and there's a separate group of like grieving parents.
Yep.
That
And they're horrible people. They're like the scum of the earth, and they like try to drive that home so many times. Like, oh, they're making the
uh-huh.
sushi guy eat his fingers, and like, oh, they kill a high school girl, and they're like, well, you should do it with her. You never get to get with a college chick, that type of thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think the cruelty in this movie kind of turned me off a little bit. Sorry, but like I don't
Okay.
want to say it's
No,
a bad recommendation.
that's
Really, like
fair.
I still enjoyed the effects of it, and like you said, the you could tell these people were
The
having
absurdity of
fun.
it.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
having fun making this movie. You could tell.
Yep.
So I ended up liking this movie, but I would rate it lower than the other movie for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, um,
That is fair. It is
yeah,
it definitely is more just like intentionally cruel to
yeah,
all of the characters.
yeah.
Like there's not really a good person in this movie. Like Tokyo Gore Police, there's not really a good character either, but
No,
you can make an argument that like our main girl and kind of the main antagonist for the first part of the movie, he's not actually that bad of a person despite the fact that he's killing people and turning them into the mutated whatever
Yeah.
you want to call them. But they both kind of have their reasons for doing what they're doing. Machine
Yeah.
Girl is just it's like it's the most violent version of the revenge story where revenge leads to nothing but more violence,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
And that's kind of its point, I would
Hmm.
say, is that
Yeah.
like none of the violence is worth it.
And also, like, this is just like the Tokyo Gore Police. It's like the story doesn't really matter in this. It's more about,
Uh-huh.
hey, let's do some cool, crazy action scenes. So when it gets a little more cruel, I'm like, okay, it's like, why do we need that? We don't really need that. I just want to see them fight and like fountains of blood.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it does lead to that. So I guess it works. But yeah, so a couple of times I was like kind of like but generally when it came to like the action and like the someone's getting their limbs chopped up, screaming, blood spraying everywhere, like that's what we're here for. So still good times
Uh-huh.
because of that. So yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Machine Girl is definitely a lower budget movie. You can tell that there's like some really bad CGI.
Oh yeah.
There's some effects where it's just like I said about like the guy just kind of holding the head of a skeleton and shaking it in front of the camera. There's multiple scenes like that where it's just kind of like holding on a not so great effect because they just didn't have the budget to really put forward into it. But
Yeah,
I Machine Girl also has a lot of just like really stupid jokes
that's
and
true.
just a lot of really stupid funny scenes that make me kind of dig it, I think, a little bit more. Like despite like I agree with you, it is a cruel movie,
Yeah.
but it also it makes me laugh a lot every time I watch it.
Yeah, it's a weird one for sure. Like it's like I said, I didn't hate it or anything. It's just like there was
Right.
part like I was like I'm enjoying the movie right now, and then this thing happened. I'm like, it kind of bring me down a little bit. Then I was like, oh, this is really cool, and then it brings me down again. So that was my experience with that one. But I still say it's a solid recommendation. Like for definitely as a double feature too. It was really fun just to sit
Yeah.
back and watch it back to back. So yeah, um, really fun. Something I would have never watched on my own, and sometimes somehow you find these things like this. Like I didn't even know about this at all, so it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, these are fun ones. And rest in peace, Nishimura. Like fucking one of the best in the special effects business. So,
yeah,
uh so he directed a lot of other movies. He's got like 100 movies under his belt as a director, and like as a special effects guy, like 300 some odd movies or something like that. Like he was
super.
extremely prolific in his
Yeah,
life as a somebody within the film industry in Japan. So there's if you like these, which you seem to like Tokyo Gore Police, there's a lot more that you could check out that is worth watching. So
yeah. And I also saw that like Machine Girl's like a series. There's like 3 or 4 of them. Like it seems like this was just not. It's not like there was just these two for sure. This is like a
yeah,
lot of. It's a whole
I've never
genre.
seen any of the like other Machine Girl movies, but like I don't know, I just never felt a need to seek them out, and I've
Yeah,
never found them locally.
yeah.
They're not exactly the most like easy to find, just like in the random DVD shop, you know.
Yeah, you probably more
So
likely find one of the ones you recommended than that, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yep, exactly. So, but I'm glad you liked at least one of them, or
Yeah.
well, you liked both of them, but you
Yeah.
liked one of them a little bit less.
Yeah. That's the case here. Like I still enjoyed them for what they were. Uh Tokyo Girl Police, I would watch again. Fun time. Like yeah.
Mhm.
The other one I'd like, I'd probably skip a watch again, but it was worth watching once at least. That's where I'm at with them. So yeah.
Cool, awesome.
All right. You can go first if you want. I'm gonna throw it to you.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Let me pull something up really quick. Um, because I need an exact date.
Okay. Filling dead air. Filling it. I'm filling
Yeah.
it up.
Okay. I am going to recommend you a double blind, just like you did to me last time.
Let's do
Except
it.
this time I am pretty sure I am mostly positive that I'm going to love what I'm recommending you. But I'm not 100% sure if you're going to like what I'm recommending you, but there's a new Ghost in the Shell anime that's coming out next month. And Ghost in the Shell is one of my favorite anime series. It's a wonderful fucking manga. It's got some great movies.
Yeah.
I fucking love Ghost in the Shell. And new series is more based on the manga than Ghost in the Shell standalone complex was, or Ghost in the Shell 1995 movie was. So I'm expecting it to be a little bit more goofy, a little bit more fun, a
Okay.
little still quite cyberpunk and still quite exploring the concepts of like transhumanism and what it means to be human in a world of AI and machines and all of that. And also Major Kusanagi is just like a bisexual icon, just in general. She's great. So I want you to watch at least a little bit of the new Ghost in the Shell. It's gonna be on Prime, which
Okay.
sucks. I hate having to fucking support Amazon, but I'll fucking suck it up for Ghost in the Shell because it's my jam.
Okay.
I love
Hell
this
yeah.
shit. So
No, I'm down to watch it. That sounds great. So I didn't even know there was a new one coming out. So awesome.
oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. I'm so excited, man.
Awesome.
July 7th is when it starts.
Okay.
Uh,
Is it a weekly
I
thing
don't know.
or
I don't know if Amazon is doing like the whole thing in one drop or if they're doing it episode by episode. Let's see. Let's see if I can find out really quick.
no worries? Just let me know. I mean, either way, I'll watch it. But yeah. While you're doing that, I have a question. Do you want a curveball this time, or do you want something that seems more like a normal episode type thing? What do you think?
I
I
don't
have
care.
two. Okay, you don't care. Okay.
You can throw me the curveball.
Okay, we'll do the curveball. We'll let you finish up figuring this out first.
All this says is that it's going to be 12 to 13 episodes, which that's a solid run for a single season. Um, Nothing I'm seeing is saying whether or not the entire season is being dropped at the same time or if it's being released weekly. So I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're gonna watch some Ghost in the Shell.
Okay, sounds good. So Curveball City this time. Curveball month for you. I'm breaking the seal. We're gonna play video games on the
Okay,
show. We are gonna play friend slop games together. You know what friend slop games are?
not. I mean, kind of. I guess. What are we playing?
Okay, so we'll probably play a couple. I say maybe let's do like maybe two or three, depending on how if we can get together, how many times. But uh, they're basically just silly, goofy party games with friends. There's
Yeah, okay.
one called RV There Yet that I think would be fun, and then there's one called Mecha Chameleon. I've been wanting to play. Actually, that's probably the one I mainly want to play, and then maybe we can rope some other people in to play with us. We don't have to record it or anything. We can just hang out and play and talk about
Okay.
it. I was figure I was like, these multiplayer games come out. I want to play them. Well, let's make Chris playing with me. You know what I mean? Why not? It should be fun.
Okay.
So, and they're very much your type of vibe where it's like the games are a little janky. They're a little like low budget, but they're really fun type of feeling. So,
I think I've seen Mecha Chameleon being advertised to me on Steam. So
yeah. So let's just say friend slop, and then we can figure out the games. But if you look up the category, it's like Peak is one of them. RV There Yet, like I said, and then Mecha Chameleon. There's a few other ones, but I think those are probably the three that I'm thinking of right now. So
okay.
something a little different, but I think it'll be fun. So we'll see. See if you like it. I honestly I haven't played them either, so maybe this is a blind for me as well. But this is an excuse to play some games together. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I've had Peak on my wish list for a little while because I've heard that's supposed to be really fun. Like I said, Mecha Chameleon's been like
Do you know what that
showing
game
up on my
is?
Steam. I have no idea what it's about. I've just seen like the thumbnail for it.
Yeah, so this
So
one's pretty cool. Do you know? Okay, you might not even know what this is. Do you know what prop hunt is? Like multiplayer?
nope,
Okay,
nope.
so it's similar to that. So basically, you play these stick figure guys, right? Like they're like blocky stick figures.
Okay.
There's a group of hunters and a group of hiders, so it's basically like a hide and seek game.
Okay.
And the hunters are bigger than the hiders. And the hiders are like these little tiny stick figure dudes. You can press yourself up and do different poses up against the environment, and then use a painting tool to paint yourself into the environment for 2 minutes, or I think it's maybe 3 minutes. And so you paint as good as you can, and then the hunters start coming out, and the people that are hiding will get random whistles and stuff, and the hunters have to try to find you in the environment. So the best
Okay.
camouflage wins. So it's just a fun little multiplayer game. I think it'd be cool. So, yeah,
Okay. Can I let me find something really quick.
sure.
Hang on.
Yeah,
I think I I was looking through my Steam wish list, but that's not going to be fast enough.
yeah, you're good. So yeah, the thought was, I was like, you throw me a couple of things that weren't movies and TV shows. I was like, if anybody's gonna break the video game seal, might as well be me. Why not? And
Can we add Super Battle Golf onto
let's do
this
it. Let's do
also?
it. Yeah,
Because I really want to play that game and I need
yeah,
people to play it with.
perfect. Let's add it. Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. It's open for like whatever we're feeling. We don't have to force anything. But I say friend slop category, so it'd be like the episode will be Ghost in the Shell 2026 and friend slop. Why not? That's on theme for the show. So
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Two things that should never be fucking talked about together, and we're gonna do it.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, I have like a list here. It's like 20 like TV shows and movies. I'm like, let's do something a little different. Fuck it. So yeah,
All right. Yeah, I'm down for that. We'll talk offline and figure out, because I've got a list of games on my current Steam cart,
yeah,
and I will. So what I always do when the Steam sale is on is I just like I go wide. I'm like, I'm gonna add a bunch of stuff that I think I want to buy, and then I slowly start removing stuff. So I'll add some of these friend slap games that you want me to play, and I'll whittle down to where I'm only spending like 35, $40 on some
yeah,
video games, and then we can all we can play some friend slap games, and I'll have some other bullshit for myself to play to
yeah. It's
talk
a
about
dumb
on
name,
Trash
dumb.
Station.
It's a dumb category. I mean, you could still talk about these on Trash Station too if you want to.
Oh, I
It's
will.
yeah,
Yeah.
double dip. Why not? Who cares? Um, but yeah, it's a weird. I don't know who came up with friend slop as a category, but you know what it is when you see it. You know what I mean? It's like it's
Right.
kind of janky, kind of weird looking, usually like very simple looking game, but it's like a sandbox for like hijinks, pretty much. So
Mhm.
yeah, yep. So it should be fun.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for our show. Nice and oh, it still went over 2 hours. I think, but
Yeah,
still.
somehow.
Oh,
uh
we can't keep it short ever, but that's fine.
no, I mean we had a couple of tangents. Into the Labyrinth is like it's a very dense book, so we did there was a lot to talk about there, and yeah, I mean Star Trek is not exactly a quick and easy topic to talk about either. So,
No. So, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed I'm glad Star Trek ended up being a hit for both of us. We both enjoyed it, so yeah, why not? So that's good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch more Star Trek today. Like I
nice.
after we get off of here, I've got some stuff to do, and then by like 6 o'clock this afternoon, we're recording. It's like 2 p.m. my time right
Yeah.
now. But it's a Saturday, which is why I day drink while we're recording, because it's fuck it, who cares? It's the weekend.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, by like 6 o'clock, I'll have Star Trek on, and I'll watch like 3 or 4 episodes tonight. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going. I don't want to stop. So good time.
Yeah, I love it. Sweet. So, guess that's going to do it for our show. You can send us emails at themonthly.mishap@gmail.com. You can also follow us, Blue Sky, at the Monthly Mishap. Where can I find you on the internet, Chris?
Twitch.tv/Scotch and Hobbies, or my other podcast where I talk all about video games, the Trash Station. And latest episode will be out by the time we release this. and I had Robert from the Classic Gaming Podcast and the YouTube channel Boxography on, because Max had something going on this weekend and was not able to record. So I had to bring on a guest, and that's going to be a long episode because me and Rob talked for a long time just about bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great guess though. Rob's awesome. So
Yeah, Rob's
I'm
great.
like, as a fan of the show, I'm excited to listen to that, and as a fan of Rob too. Rob's great. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Rob's good people.
yeah, he is. I'm excited to see him Polycon. Too bad you won't
Yeah.
be there, man. Oh well, it is what it
I
is.
know.
Life.
I know. Life has absolutely gotten in the way.
Yep. Anyway, you can find me, Blue Sky Josh Leslie. You can also find my podcast that's about video games as well, Indie Quest Pod, where we talk about indie games. We're gonna have, I think, yeah, by the time this is out, it should be out. We're gonna have Weedo on, Wouter from the internet, our friend from New Game Old
Yep.
Flame, and we're gonna be talking about free indie games this time. So,
Nice.
I brought a pretty hard game. It's been challenging. I haven't finished it yet, honestly, recording this, but I'm close to the end, so I should by the episode recording. Anyway, check that out.
Cool. I'm waiting for my invite back.
Okay.
I know what I'm bringing. I just need to know so I can
I'll talk
I
to
can
you
play
about it. We might have an opening soon, or at least in the fall.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, we'll talk about it offline. But yeah, sounds
All
good.
right.
All right, guys. We'll see you next month for more shenanigans. Yeah,
Yeah. Friend Slop, Ghost in the Shell. It'll be a good time.
let's do it. Bye, guys.